morning, all of you.
Good morning, sir.
We are speaking from Ranawari platform, cassette, Ranawari.
Yes, sir.
You are all great people. You are very wonderful people. You are very bright people and very cooperative. And therefore, I understand that our session will be a very wonderful session today. Welcome to this today's session. I will start the session with some questions. Who gave us psychoanalysis? Germany gave us psychoanalysis. And the author of psychoanalysis is Freud. Freud was the psychologist who gave us, he was a neurosurgeon. He was a neuropsychologist, neurophysician. Not a surgeon, but a neurophysician who gave us psychoanalysis. He was a Jew. And at the time when, during the Second World War, when Hitler was very rude on Jews, so he migrated from Germany to America. At the time, most of the Jews, either they died or they migrated. Is that right or not? These were the only two options for them. Jews were being put in gas chambers for mass killing. You see, there was a problem in Germany. Hitler thought that the only people who deserve to live are Aryans. He believed that Germans are all Aryans. And other than Aryans, people don't have the right to live. So the other people were actually Jews. So he wanted to exterminate Jews. But this whole problem, many people say, was not because of racial problem. It was actually a problem of jobs. It was a problem of jobs. Because most of the jobs were held and most of the business was with the Jews. So he wanted to throw away the Jews so that the business will come to Germans. And this is one way to look at it. But whatever the reason was, he exterminated Jews and he made them to dig their own graves and then to lie down in those graves. He put them in concentration camps. You can understand it was totally inhuman whatever he did. And then he thought that let us kill them in a mass way. So he put them in gas chambers where the poisonous gases were put on and the people would be killed on a mass scale. So concentration camps were such that they would not be getting food, and if any Jew would die, they would eat him. That was what was the position of the concentration camps. So Jews were made to dig their own graves, and then they were made to sleep in those graves, and other Jews would put the clay on them. So it was a very, Holocaust. It was a very unfortunate thing that happened in the history of mankind. Anyway, so I was talking about psychoanalysis, and I was talking about Freud. I said that Freud was a neurophysician, and he tried to develop his own theory that was called psychoanalysis. And psychoanalysis became a very important field of psychology. I said, now can you tell me who gave us Gestalt? Again, Germany. Gestalt theory was also given by Germany, and the important people who were responsible for Gestalt theory was Wurdemeyer, and then Kohler, and then Kafka. Do you know there is a very beautiful thing about Kohler? Again, during the Second World War, he was also a Jew. Jews were not allowed to, Jews were treated very badly. He did not want to, he was on a world tour of lecturing tours talking about psychology, so about his Gestalt theory. Then he did not want to return back to Germany because he knew what would be his fate in Germany. So he got stranded in some islands near Africa, Canary Islands. And in the Canary Islands, he did not sit idle. You see, I want to tell you that great minds and great people do not waste time. If you have to see today what is your future, you should see what you are doing with your time today. It is very important. And I tell you, it is never too late. But some of you may say that now I am old, what I have to do now, why should I work? But every person has a scope every time. And it is never too late. Now see how great people do not waste time. He got stuck in Canary Islands. In Canary Islands, he worked with chimpanzees. He did experiments with chimpanzees, and he wrote a book on chimpanzees' behavior. What was the name of the book? That is not coming to my mind at this time. But that book was very important cornerstone for Gestalt theory. Again, when Nehru was sent to prison, he did not sit idle. He wrote his best books. he wrote the books there and which became the best books of the time at that time. And they are the books of all time. For example, Discovery of India is a book of all time. The letters from father to daughter, and which was then later on converted into Glimpse of World History. He sent letters to his daughter, and through letters he was teaching history to his daughter. And all those letters were then compiled, and the title was given Glimpse of World History. And this is what great people never waste time. So let me repeat again that if you want to become great, see what you are doing with your time today. Now, can you tell me who gave us conditioning? Conditioning was given by us by Russia. Conditioning theory was given to us by Russia. And do you know that Russia conditioning theory was the cornerstone of psychology? And he was the person who gave conditioning theory was Pavlov. Pavlov. He was a Russian physiologist. And do you know he experimented with dogs. So what he did was he would keep a dog hungry. Then he would give the food to the dog, and before giving the food, he would ring a bell. So he would ring a bell, and then immediately he would give food. He would ring a bell, then immediately he would give. But whenever you have food in front of you, your mouth waters. So in the beginning, when there would be bell, there was no reaction, excepting that he would pull his ears, trying to know the direction. But then the food would come immediately. At a time, his mouth would water, swallow, saliva would come out. Then when this went on repeatedly, then the moment the bell rang, the saliva would rush. That means he would now get conditioned to the bell. You know that whenever you have a dog at home, you tell dog, stand up, stand up. He doesn't stand up like that. First of all, you take a piece of bread in your hand, and with the bread you tell him, stand up, stand up. He is not responding to your signal, stand up. He is responding to the bread. But when he sees that stand up and bread are coming together, then when you say stand up, he stands up. This is what is called conditioning. You know, if you get up early morning every day, you will be conditioned to get up early morning every day. If you are conditioned to sleep with the lights on, you will always be able to sleep only when the lights are on. So your habits are conditioned. That means all habits that are developed in the childhood are developed due to conditioning. Because your parents make you to do that thing at a particular time repeatedly. For example, they make you to get up at a particular time repeatedly. They make you to go to toilet at a certain particular time repeatedly. They make you to eat food at a particular time repeatedly. So your जो तमाम habits हैं life के level, they are conditioned. We are conditioned to our culture. We are conditioned to our land. We are conditioned to our people. Those people whom we see every day, we get conditioned to see them. The place where we live every day, we get हमारा कोना. We are conditioned to our corner in our home. Are you understanding my point on that? This is all conditioning theory, and Pavlov laid a big cornerstone to psychology when he gave us the theory of conditioning. Achha, then can you tell me who gave us stem cells? Russia, and stem cells is a very important introduction to the technology of today, because stem cells are now put in a bank also. Whenever a person is born, his stem cells are put in a bank, and so that whenever he gets a certain physical disorder, stem cells are there to be able to help him today. Now, who gave us solar cells? French people give. And you know, solar cell is so important. France gave us solar cell, and solar cell is so important. At this time, the revolution of energy that is taking place because of the solar cells. The solar energy is being trapped through solar cells, and your new world the new world that will come in future will be energized by solar energy, and the medium will be solar cells. Now, can you tell me who gave us wine? Which country is known for wine? And which country is known for, which country has given us stethoscope?
France.
And you know, stethoscope is such an important instrument. Every doctor you will find has a stethoscope. With the help of the stethoscope, he is investigating the condition of the heartbeat, condition of lungs, everything. So it was a very important instrument. Can you tell me who said any two bodies in this universe attract each other with a force directly proportional to their masses and inversely proportional to the distance between them? Who said it? Newton. What did it mean? Any two bodies in this universe attract each other with a force directly proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. Now I have a question to ask. You are the two persons sitting there. You are two bodies. According to Newton's gravitational law, you should be able to attract each other. But you are not attracting each other. Why? You should be, 1 minute, sir. You should be able to strike each, according to this law, you should get struck against each other. But you are stable at your place, she is also stable at your place, at her place. Why are you not striking against each other? And why are you not getting attracted towards each other? Why your bodies are not getting attracted towards? What is the
They
answer?
are not bonded to each other.
Because you are not in opposite sides.
Yes.
अपना मास है ना, अपनी ग्रेविटी है इसकी.
No, look here.
Each other नहीं है.
अरे नहीं. Two bodies, you are two bodies. If you were in vacuum, you would definitely strike against each other. But you are in the gravitational field of Earth. Earth is a third magnet. Earth is a third body. Third body, you are one body, you are another body, and Earth is third. The Earth is a stronger than both of you. So Earth attracts you and Earth attracts her. Therefore, you are not able to attract each other. So the Earth is attracting both of you. That is why you are sitting there. Acha. Now who said? Am I right? You do this practical. Get one small magnet here, get another small magnet here, and get a bigger magnet. First of all, don't get the bigger magnet. Take two small magnets, they will attract each other, provided the poles are opposite. And now, in a second experiment, put these two magnets here and then put a third big magnet. Both these magnets will not attract them, but they will both get both of them will get into the third. The same is the theory. Now, who said to every action there is an equal and opposite reaction? Okay. Now I have a question. To every action there is a
Equal and opposite reaction.
Now I have a question. A mother came to me, told me, sir, you have beaten my child. Who has beaten? You have beaten my child. If I have beaten your child also must have beaten me. Then how? Because Newton's third law says to every action there is equal and opposite reaction. If I have beaten him, he has also beaten me. That is what Newton says. Either Newton is wrong or I am wrong. Because what are you telling me? Okay, I will tell you. Take this stone here. Beat this stone. Why should I beat this stone? Why are you afraid of beating this stone? Because I get paid. Because this stone will beat you back. Now become the lawyer of this parent and plead her case. You see, are you understanding my point?
Yes, sir.
You see, I have beaten the child. It's very simple. There are marks of my fingers on the cheeks of that child. So, but I am telling him, if I have beaten her or him, he has beaten me back, and I give the proof of the stone. Now, you are the lawyer for that parent. Plead her case and make me guilty. Can anybody plead the case? Look, when I slapped the child, the cheeks of the child gave in. No, they could not strike me back with the same force, because a certain amount of force was absorbed in putting the cheeks in. It is like when you see, if you jump from the floor to on the sand, then if you jump from the floor on a stony floor, when you jump from a roof on a stony floor pushes you back with the same force, and that is why you get hurt very miserably. But when you jump from the floor to the sand, when you jump on the sand, the force with which sand would have beaten you, some of it is absorbed in its depression. So it is not able to press you back with the same force. So you as a lawyer did not do your good job. So I said, okay, I'm sorry, because she brought a lawyer also with her. You see, sometimes what happens is I beat the child and the child puts his elbow up. When he puts his elbow up, then I start so, because the elbow is able to give me the same, beat me back with the same force. And then my fingers feel the impact of that force. Is that right or not? Now tell me who said, and now I am asking you, 10 minutes over? 8. Now another example. Now you see, there is a carpet in my home, and it has become dirty. Now what do? I go up on my veranda and I try to
wash it.
नो आई डोंट वॉश इट, मैं इसको झाड़ता हूँ।
Dusting.
अंग्रेजी में झाड़ने को क्या कहते हैं? अब वो सोचो क्या कहते हैं, तो हम इस वक्त इस पर गुजारा करेंगे। हम इसको झाड़ते हैं। झाड़ने से ये क्यों नहीं, वाइप नहीं होता है, झाड़ना अलग है, वाइप अलग है। मैं इसको झाड़ता हूँ।
Dusting ये
झाड़ने से डस्ट निकलती है, वो क्यों निकलती है बताइए?
क्योंकि वो होता है ना उसको सर, जो उसको हम खींचते हैं, मतलब है ना सर।
देखो हम वो गर्दा क्यों निकलता है, क्योंकि वो गर्दे जो है वो अपनी जगह बैठे हैं। लेकिन जब हम झाड़ते हैं तो जो झाड़ने से क्या होता है कि जो दरी है उसकी जगह हटती है, लेकिन ये डस्ट पार्टिकल अपनी जगह से नहीं हटता है। विद रिजल्ट क्या, ये डस्ट वहीं रहती है और जो दरी है वो हटती है। ये न्यूटन्स फर्स्ट लॉ ऑफ मोशन है, दैट द बॉडी कंटिन्यूज टू स्टे इन इट्स ओन प्लेस until and unless and until forced to change that place. Is that right or not? A body continues to law ये है Newton's first law. A body continues to be in its own state of rest or motion in a straight line unless and until acted upon by an external force to change that state. अब देखिए ये 10 पार्टिकल है, it will continue to stay at rest. But when the दरी was there, it continued to stay at rest. आपने देखोगा दरी पीछे है, 10 पार्टिकल वहां पर है। आप देखो अच्छी तरह से, जिस वक्त आप धूप में, जिस वक्त, क्योंकि उस वक्त 10 पार्टिकल दिखाई देते हैं, आप धूप में देखो दरी को झाड़ो, जब आप दरी को झाड़ते हैं तो आप देखते हैं दरी पीछे आती है, 10 पार्टिकल वहीं है। इज दैट राइट? सो इट वाज अ गुड सेशन। थैंक यू, गॉड ब्लेस यू। वी लर्न सम ऑफ द laws of Newton.